Hey guys, 3D Kai here, and I thought I would go on ahead and make a quick tutorial on how to build void rooms in Minecraft. So first things first is I'm just going to make a new world, and I'm just going to go ahead and use creative mode. Now you can do this even without creative mode. You can do it in servers and places that don't have any kind of cheats at all, but I'm just going to make it real nice and easy on myself since it's just a tutorial. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make a purple void for today. But you can make it white, black, blue, pretty much any of the concretes or terracottas, or even some of the other colors that you can use to make these voids. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and make this world. Alright, so as you can see, we just have this one massive purple world here now, and that's just the super flat I'm using at the moment. I'm just going ahead and turn off the mouse. So the key and the reason that I actually am using this purple super flat like this is because what we have to do is we have to fill out a blank map. Now you can do this on a server, but in order to do it like on a regular server without any kinds of cheats or anything, you have to be willing to collect all of the resources you need to fill out an entire map with one type of block and color. And then you're going to use this map to create our void. So I'm just going to go ahead now and travel out of the map range. That way we're not building anything on our map. That way it doesn't affect the plain blank color that we have right now. And after that you can pick pretty much just any block. I suggest actually using a clear block. So something like glass, for example. And then also picking up a light source such as just a torch. And you're also going to need item frames. Now you're going to actually need as many of these single color maps and as many item frames as you're going to have surfaces on the inside of whatever the room you're going to build is. So for example, the smallest one you can do is just a simple 1x2 room that any single player can fit into. Just like that. And just make sure that you have a light source that completely will light up inside of this room. That way you can make sure that light and shadows are not being cast inside the room to affect your void. I'm just going to step inside here. And you can make this room as big or small as you want it, as long as you can fit inside of it. So I could make it bigger if I want, but for the purposes of today's tutorial, it really doesn't matter, because once you create the void, you can't even tell how big the room is. Like, there's no way to tell if you're moving at all, regardless of the size of the actual room. So what you do next is you just go ahead and place item frames on every single surface inside of this room. Just like that. And just like I said, if you have a bigger room, obviously you're going to need some more item frames. But once you put down your maps, it really isn't going to make a difference, because as you can see here, once you start placing the maps, you kind of lose the ability to tell what the dimensions of the room actually are. And as you can see here now, no matter how much I move or anything, I can't actually tell if I'm jumping or not, which direction I'm facing, up, down, left, right. So regardless of the size of the room you want to do, once you're in this void, you pretty much can't tell anything. This is great for doing things like really wicked mazes that go up, down, left, right, and the people inside can't even tell where they're going. If you'd like, you can also use a non-transparent block. I used glass here and made sure to light it up on the outside. That means that we had that nice light colored strong void. But if you'd like, you can also use a solid color block. Now if you use a solid color block that is not like clear or see-through or anything, what you're going to get is once you're inside, it's going to be dark in there. And then once you put down all of your maps, you're going to see that you still have a void and you still can't tell where you're going, but instead of getting that nice solid color like we have, it ends up being really dark. If you turn up your gamma all the way, then it'll probably still look the same as when you actually had light from the outside. But for regular people who don't play with their gamma all the way up, as you can see here, it still appears as like a really dark void. So that is another option if you wanted to go ahead and do that dark void. And like I said, you can pretty much make it as large as you want. This is great to make a void, and it really doesn't work if you just do the plain terracotta or concrete. Like people have asked, like, well, why can't you just do just plain purple concrete and wouldn't that work? The answer is no, because when you're doing actual blocks, Minecraft will recognize the shadows even in a dark space or even in a very light gamma setting, and you can still see the dimensions of the box around you. But I was once requested to do a pixel art using an entire map for a server, and first I started by doing the whole map white, and then I was going to do the pixels on top, and we realized that if we put these maps down, it created this cool white void, and you can do it, like I said, with pretty much any color. So once you go in, you can't tell any kind of definition of space. So it's a really cool little trick. You can use it for hacker jails, you can use it to have people move around, and then once they come out, they don't know which direction they're facing. Like I said, you can use it for really, really mean mazes that are just about impossible without using coordinates. So yeah, that's my little Minecraft tip for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can come up with something cool to use it on. Bye!